Let the vengeance begin!
Howdy, howdy, Devil here, and welcome back to the second semi-final match in our subscriber AI tournament. A tournament where people submitted factions or full lineups so that they could have their AI faction fight someone else's AI faction in a tournament. Started with 8 teams. We are now down to 3, and Black Iron's Battlers, if you have not gone to Black Iron's channel, he has a YouTube channel with a lot of Total War content. Awesome guy. I definitely recommend you go over and visit him. And for this, he has a Greenskin team in the finals, and it is possible we're going to have 2 Greenskin teams in the finals on a Dwarf channel. So, guess who we're cheering for, boys and girls? We're cheering for Jurassic Park Simulator, these Lizardmen in this semi-final against Iceberg's Bloody Hands, which was absolutely crushing with the Foot of Gork against the High Cannon Fodders of Hoeth. So with that said, let's get things started. So let's take a look at these armies. First of all, for the Lizardmen, we do have 2 Skink Chiefs up in the air. They're going to go in for some early skirmish. We do have 2 Temple Guards and 3 Saurus Warriors with shields. We have 3 Feral Bastiladons, 1 Bastiladon with a Rev Crystal for the heals, and we do have Mazda Mundi on Zlok, and he does have Apotheosis for the heals. He has Rudation of Cities for the damage, the banishment, the Shield of the Old Ones for the leadership, and I think he has Curse of the Midnight Wind, minus 30 armor, minus 26 melee attack, and of course Cold-Blooded. For this Bloody Hands army, we have 2 units of Orc Boar Chariots. We do have the Savage Orc Boar Boys. I think we have 2 units of those. Yes, we do. We only have the Crimson Killers for the Black Orcs here. We got to watch out for... Oh, that Foot of Gork, we missed it. It looks like the Temple Guards just got away. We were looking... That was so devastating in the last one. And this Arachnarok Spider is going to come right in on these Temple Guards. That they do have the heal going on, too. Like, they have Cold-Blooded, so they're getting healed right away. And they're going to be up against the Arachnarok Kreen. That is very, very good for the Lizardmen off the get-go. Now, they do have this Orc Warboss. He does have the Wa, and they do have 2... They have 1 Orc Shaman with the Foot of Gork and 2 Night Goblin Shaman to help them going, and they've got the Wa going right now. He does have 2 units of Goblins, and here we go. So now we got these Feral Bastiladons. Now these Saurus Warriors with shields are going to do fairly reasonable. Now these guys are coming in, these Orc Boys with 55 melee attack, but the Saurus Warriors with shields are a very, very strong unit, and with this Feral Bastiladon helping even Savage Orc Boar Boys and Anti-Large, they're going to do pretty good. And you can see these Saurus Warriors with shields are doing pretty decent. It looks like these Skink Chiefs are shooting in onto the Orc Crimson Killers, and boom! There goes another giant shot. Who have they killed here? Temple Guards. Okay, so these Temple Guards, they look like... This might have been the same Temple Guard that got hit in the first one. We got Saurus Warriors and Temple... No, maybe it's these Temple Guards. But it looks like... Are they getting the heals? I don't know if they know heals just yet, but they are still fighting. They are a lot more robust, it looks like, to that Foot of Gork than the High Elves were, for sure. And these Temple Guards are beating down this Orc Boar Chariot. That is bad news for the Orc Chariot. And it looks like this other Orc Boar Chariot has been beat down. The Saurus Warriors with shields are doing very well against these Goblins. And this Bastiladon, Feral Bastiladon, is doing well against the Orc Warboss. We have another Bastiladon right in here. And it looks like this Arachnarok Queen is in with some Temple Guards. That is bad news for that Arachnarok Queen. And down on this side, we do have that Feral Bastiladon. These Saurus Warriors are still fighting against the Orc Boys and the Savage Orc Boar Boys. Very, very good. And Zlok is in very good health, has shields of the old ones. He's going back here and kicking the snot. These Orc Shaman, just sending them flying, doing extremely well. And it looks like we've got some routing here. These Goblins are running, well, that's expected, but I mean, you've got this Orc Boar Chariot routing, you've got Ruination of Cities. That is pretty spiteful, just to hit the Goblins on the way out. Mazda Mundi doesn't like Goblins, just like I don't like Goblins. I'm a big fan of Mazda Mundi for doing that, just out of spite, and things are looking pretty good here for the Lizardmen. They have this Crimson Killers are okay, they're half health, and they can be very devastated, but Lord Mazda Mundi looks very good shape. The Arachnarok Queen is down to half health. It looks like this Feral Bastiladon has just gone and left this Saurus Warriors over here with the Savage Orc Boar Boys and these Orc Boar Boys. And here comes another Wa. Now this is really going to tell. This is going to tell if the Orcs and the Greenskins are going to be able to bring this back. The Crimson Killers have 69 melee attack. You know, even some of their weaker units have very, very good melee attack. These goblins have 48 melee attack. They're going to be able to get some damage done here. And it looks like these Savage Orc Boar Boys are going to go chase down some of these Saurus Warriors units. In here, these Temple Guards are still fighting. They have 24 models left, and they are still fighting this Ragnarok Queen. And it looks like the Wa has worn off, and all of the big dinos are good. All these two Skink Chiefs are still in fantastic shape. It looks like they're just going to take pot shots at this Ragnarok Queen. We do have some Orc Boars coming back, and the Savage Orcs coming back, but now these Orc Boar Chariots are routing. Goblins are routing. And it looks like, all I can see, all these big dinos look to be in very good shape. The Rev Crystal is a little bit beat up, but Mazdamundi is in fantastic shape. And he does cause fear and terror, and that is a problem for the Orcs. The Saurus Warriors are coming back. The Ragnarok Queen is still in reasonable shape, but I mean, look at all the routing that's going on here for the Orcs right now, the Greenskins. If their leader routes, that'll be it. If this guy routes, he's got -1. He is very, very close to routing. It looks like he's just wavering. He's just hanging on. If he routes, I think the rest of this army routes right away. And he looks like his leadership is coming back, and we do have a group of goblins coming in here, and this Night Goblin Shaman, so he has stabilized a little bit. But all these big dinos are in good shape. This Rev Crystal is still probably getting heals off. It looks like Mazdamundi is wanting to chase some of these guys off, and now he's going to be fighting directly with Zlok against the Ragnarok Queen. I don't know, maybe he wants to go kill some goblins. I actually really respect that in Mazdamundi, that he hates goblins like I hate goblins. This Rev Crystal is trying to chase down this Night Goblin Shaman. It looks very, very good for the Lizardmen at this point. All their ground troops are in really rough shape. But yeah, here we go. Here's the Orc War Boss. Again, very, very close to routing. It looks like he's going to get surrounded. You know, very low on their actual infantry, but the rest of their big dinos are doing extremely well. And this Orc War Boss, it looks like he is routing. Yeah, he's routing. Everything else is going to be routing very soon. I'm quite sure of it. We'll get some Fear and Terror Bomb going here. Night Goblin Shaman. I mean, they got the Wa going, but I mean, it's just too little too late. There's no way. Mazdamundi has 3,200 health left. He has 2 Skink Chiefs. Has another Feral Bastillon with 4,700 health left. I mean, this is just over, folks. Yep. Good fight from Jurassic Park Simulator. A ton of health left on these big dinos. Doesn't look like anywhere routed off, and Pyrrhic victory. We'll take a look at those end numbers. Yeah, so Mazdamundi, 190 kills. that spiteful ruination of city against 2 goblin units that were already routing speaks to my Dowie heart. Fantastic stuff. And 24 and 26 for the Skink Chiefs. It, you know, really didn't look like they only got off one halfway, or they got off 2 foots of Gork, but they weren't nearly as effective as they were in that High Elf game. 36, 49, and 66 with the Saurus Warriors. They're so good. 68 and 63 with these Temple Guards. Feral Bastillon 41, 23, and 35, and that Rev Crystal 37. So for the Orc War Boss 21, Night Goblin Shaman 1, Night Goblin Shaman 0, and this Orc Shaman 36 with the Foot of Gork. 0 and 6 for the Goblins. 0 and 0 and 29 for the Orc Boys. Like, these Orc Boys were really, really outclassed by the Saurus Warriors with shields. 11 for the Ache Peak Loonies. Only 4 for the Crimson Killers. So these Crimson Killers must have been focused in on Mazdamundi and another big dinos. 45 and 19 for the Savage Orc Boar Boys. Not too bad. The Orc Boar Chariots, 25 and 17. Not great. And that Ragnarok, 58. So very strong opening for the Lizardmen, the Jurassic Park Simulator. And we'll see what they can do in Game 2. And see if the Bloody Hands can get that Foot of Gork off more effectively in this next matchup. And away we go. I won't introduce the armies because I've already done that once, and this map actually is meant to be a sort of a pit fight, something that's very good for armies that don't have a lot of range, but neither of these armies have a lot of range. I do want to look for that big Foot of Gork. It looks like the Orcs are going to come. The only thing I changed from map 1 to map 2 is who is the aggressor and who is got the changing AI control to make sure we keep it simple. and away we go. So I'm just going to keep an eye on, an overarching eye on. Oh, Ruination of Cities going off here. Very, very nice. Doesn't look like it's got a ton of kills, but we'll keep an eye on these. These Savage Orc Borbors are getting in early against these two Feral Bastiladons. Are we going to see a Foot of Gork here against these Saurus Warriors with shields? Boom. Where is the health? It looks like they got away. For the most part, they barely even took any damage. Maybe he had Ruination of Cities, or sorry, this, what is it, Shield of the Old Ones, 44 magic resistance. I don't know if that caught him, but they did very, very good. That did hardly any damage, and now we're into this pit fight again. Temple Guards and Temple Guards against the Savage Orc Boarboys. Oh man, this is going to be absolutely devastating. Wah or no wah, it is not going to matter. These Savage Orc Boarboys are in the wrong neighborhood. They are going to get, and they are getting absolutely massacred. And we got in here, the Feral Bastiladons already routing these goblins, and the Ragnarok Queen's in the back against the Saurus Warrior Shield. The Ragnarok Queen's going to do very, very good in that fight, I think. And we've got, yeah, these two Skink Chiefs on the Overwatch. They're just picking away who they're going to attack, and doing, who are they attacking right now? Maybe they're attacking the Crimson Killers. I'm not sure. It looks like they're shooting into here. We'll see. Yep, they are shooting into the Crimson Killers and just kind of getting shots in as they can. And it looks like we have, oh, here we go, another Foot of Gork, and boom, into the Saurus Warriors with shields, and it has routed them. I don't know if they are going to get a heal while they are routing, but they are definitely routing. But poor selection of targets. Both Saurus Warriors with shields. One was missed completely, and this one hit a unit that was already below half health. So really unfortunate for the Greenskins, but they look like they have a lot of units. Their Orc War Boss is in really good shape. These Temple Guards are in here. Oh, that's actually bad news. I think Temple Guards fighting this Ragnarok Queen. That is going to be very bad news for the Ragnarok Queen. You can see the Ragnarok Queen's already at 4,000 hit points, and definitely if she stays there, she is going to get massacred by these Temple Guards. And we've got this Shield of the Old Ones going again, +8 leadership. Mazda Mundi looks like he's getting a little bit beat down, but not too bad in this. We've got some goblins, we've got Feral Bastiladons, we do have the Rev Crystal, and some Saurus Warriors fighting in this middle pocket. Oh, and look at, we have goblins, Savage Orc Boarboys, we do have some Orc Boys getting ready to rout, and these Orc War Bosses taking some shots. Looks like these Skink Chiefs just being able to fly around and get some shots in where they want to. Oh, and here we go. We do have another spell going off against these against the Gobos. It looks like that's the Vortex. I can't remember what the name of that spell is, but yeah, looks like things are looking maybe a little bit better for the Greenskins in this fight. They're getting Mazda Mundi down. He is definitely down to half health. The Crimson Killers are very, very low though. And where's this? Ragnarok Queen's at half health fighting these Saurus Warriors shields, and in comes the Orc War Boss. It looks like the Ragnarok has gotten a little bit away from the Temple Guard, which is very good for that Ragnarok. Yeah, Temple Guard are kind of over here, and in comes the Wah again. This is really important that they get a lot of use off of this Wah, get a lot of killing done here if they want to win this match. We got the Orc Boys beating up the Saurus Warriors. So it looks like they're going to win that fight. These Savage Orc Boarboys are routing. The Chariot's kind of in here fighting. The Night Goblin Shaman's in here fighting. We've got the Crimson Killers fighting. I don't know. Oh, and here we go. Another. Oh, no. Well, Temple Guards and Temple Guards. Well, maybe that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. But neither of them have routed. That is crazy. They have 21 models and 30 models respectively, and neither has routed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got Shield of the Old Ones going on here for the leadership. These Temple Guards, they can get healed up. There's a ton of healing available here if they get that available. They do have, I think, what, 3 uses of cold ones for healings. They have the Apotheosis from Mazda Mundi, and they do have the Rev Crystal. So, and it looks like Wand of Jet. Okay, no, I'm just trying to see if they're going to get any healing for the Temple Guards. Doesn't look like it. Maybe they don't. Skink Chief is in here. It has scared off this Orc Shaman. And this Feral Bastiladon looks like it's still in very good health. These Saurus Warriors are doing pretty good. The Ragnarok is over here fighting against this Bastiladon and the Feral Bastiladon and Saurus Warriors. And where is Mazda Mundi? So these Saurus Warriors shields are coming back. These Temple Guards are just absolute champs. 21 and 20 models still, and they are still fighting. They are not even wavering. Unbelievable. Skink Chief up in the air, still picking things off. We've got the Feral Bastiladon over here. Have they routed Mazda Mundi? Oh no, Mazamundi's right here. He's on 2,000 health, and he is still reasonable. He's still doing reasonably. 2,000 health, and it does not look good. It does not look good for the Greenskins right now. There's a giant pocket right here of big dinos, and we do have the Arachnarok Queen in here. This Orc-Boar Chariot is routing. We do have some Spider Hatchlings. Like, they need their leadership back in a really bad way, and you can see this Orc War Boss has been routed over here, and it looks like the Skink Chief is going to rout this Orc Shaman, and he has routed that Orc Shaman. And yeah, these Skink Chiefs have been doing a great job in the air. Very, very solid unit, actually, in keeping things routed off, and yeah, everything's looking really good in here. Shield of the old ones. They are now ganging up on this Arachnarok Queen, and that is the fight. Wow. There we go. I mean, I thought after that first fight with the bloody hands and those absolutely crushing Foot of Gorks, and getting off 3 Foot of Gorks in one fight with that a really, really clever magic battery with the Night Goblin Shamans, I thought the bloody hands were going to be unstoppable. But, you know, very, very good. Mind you, a few poor targets, which is really strange because in the first game they targeted the Phoenix Guard very, very well. In this one, they got 3 Foot of Gorks off, and they only managed to get the Temple Guards once. But those Temple Guards were fighting right to the very end. Anyways, let's take a look at the other kills. So the Lizardmen have gone through to the finals, and they are going to be facing up against the other Greenskin faction we have with Black Iron's Battles and Grimgore Ironhide. That army does have a little bit more beef in terms of Black Orcs. But anyway, let's go take a look. So the Orc War Boss, 17 kills. Night Goblin Shamans, 3 and 3. This Orc Shaman, only 24. Like, I think in one of those games, that Orc Shaman got like 115 kills. So 24 kills, what a difference. That healing made, and they were doing some healing. 0 and 2 for the Goblins, 10, 11, and 0 for the Orc Boys, 14 for the ATP Loonies, only 17 for those Crimson Killers. That was they were definitely held down. These Savage Orc Boar Boys, they needed to do more work. 17 and 20, 25 and 25 for the Chariot, and 69 for the Arachnarok Queen. Again, Mazda Mundi, 141 kills. Very, very good. And 26 and 22 for those Skink Chiefs. But those Skink Chiefs up in the air did fantastic. Really, really strong. And Saurus Warriors with shields, 35, 91, and 54. And these Temple Guards, 93 and 27. Really, really good. 36, 43, and 44 with the Feral Basilodons. And 49 for the Rev Crystal. So, great fight. Finals coming up. We've never needed more than 2 in the best of 3. It looks like if one side wins, then the rest goes their way. So we'll see how that final's going to be. It is a best of 5. You know, hopefully it's not 3 straight and it's a little bit more interesting, but it doesn't look that way so far. If we're looking at how things have gone, it's just been if you win the first one, you win the second one, and that's it. So even though some of the games have been very close. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting. I hope you're looking forward to the finals, and I will see you soon.